What's going on, guys? Today in the shop I'm going to make a chessboard. I'm going to start off with putting on some paint on the bottom of the chessboard so the RGB lights can reflect off the white a little bit better. It's going to look a little bit like this. This was a failed project. I'm going to redo this, but what I found out what I should do is take 1/2-inch screws to 3/4, and I'm gonna just put screws on every block before I cut it out so they don't fall out. If you don't do that, then most likely all these blocks are gonna fall out and it's not gonna turn out so well. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and paint this and see how it turns out. Okay, now I have it painted. I'm gonna let this dry for about an hour or two, and then I'll show you what next step we can start on, which is epoxy or silicone. I'm gonna probably use half of a tube of this, or maybe even a whole tube of this, because I accidentally bought 3/4-inch screws, which lining up the plexiglass that I have now, it will poke out. So if I add a thick enough layer, it will not poke out through the bottom. I might even go buy a whole new sheet of plexiglass if I can't rip up the existing plexiglass. I probably would recommend just getting a whole new plexiglass. I've already sunk maybe 35 bucks into this project, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go buy a whole new sheet. But I'm gonna go let this dry, and we'll see what the next steps are. Okay, now that my paint has dried, I'm gonna go ahead and take off this, and I'll catch you guys later, because I couldn't find plexiglass at my local hardware store. I did find like a sheet, but like it was super expensive. It's like 23 to 25 bucks just for like a small 18-inch by 18-inch. What I am working with is 18-inch by 18-inch box around here, but yeah, it was very expensive. So I'm just gonna go ahead, take this off, and I'm gonna put it on this, and yeah. Okay, now that I got my two pieces of glass here, I actually had to, before I actually had to cut a section off here and kind of like put them together like that to make an 18 or 16 by 16 square, so I can put it back on my chessboard. But I guess what I'll be doing now is I'm gonna measure out, I think it's 1.5 all around, and then I'm actually gonna draw out all my lines, my whole grid before. I'm gonna line the plexiglass up and then just start drilling from there before I add the silicone and seal this up. I've already drilled this one piece, so I'm pretty much good here. This piece I have to drill. I got quite a mess going on from the old project. I think this will work if I do it right this time. It's a lot of time, a lot of patience, but it will turn out way better than last time. So what I'm going to do now is just trace all this out, draw lines, and yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Just standard like roller. It's 1.7/8. For some reason, I tried like a metal one and it just didn't turn out. It's about like an 1/8 off after I'm finished going from here. It's supposed to be 8 squares, 8 squares by 8 squares. So just measure out 1.16 or inch and 7/8. Okay, I draw the lines out here. So basically what I'm going to do next is take this board, line it up how you want it, and then I'm just basically going to drill for each, and that's about it. I got all my holes drilled. Hopefully I didn't go through any of the plywood. I thought for a second there I went through a couple, which that would kind of suck. And looks like I'm good. Yeah, that actually worked out really well. So clean this up and we're ready for silicone. So the next step is silicone, and silicone has a very strong smell to it. So you're going to be wanting to wear some type of mask. I have the garage door open, I have the fan going, so just be careful with your ventilation. Just beat it across the... Put it on generously. Then you want to take like a spreader or a piece of plastic or metal. I'm using a Bondo knife or spreader, whatever you want to call it. I'll line this back up right where I had it. So now I got all my screws down. It didn't really turn out how perfect I would like it to be. You see how all the screw heads are a little up by like an 1/8 to a 1/16 of an inch, a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch. I really wish I bought 1/2 inch screws instead of 3/4. I prefer, if you're gonna follow my instructions, to do 1/2 inch. But yeah, I got all these screws down. I'm gonna wait 10 hours, which 10 hours from now is about like 11 o'clock at night. So I'm gonna come back to the next day and I'll catch you later. Okay guys, it's the next day here. I got the epoxy or plexi, what is it called? Silicone. The silicone dried. I think it turned out pretty good. I think if you can see here, there's like air bubbles and stuff. That's kind of bad. If this doesn't work, then I guess my project's screwed and I'm gonna have to find a thicker board than just 1/2-inch plywood. But next step is to take some of this blues painter tape and apply this all over the board here. If you want to sand it one last time before you cut, go ahead and do that, because that will probably be the last time you'll have this full board to sand, and it'll be much easier to sand now than later. So just go ahead, cover this in painter's tape, and then we're gonna start sketching out the lines on the back, on the front here. I got this covered up pretty good. I think I just, either if you want to tuck these under or just trim them, either works. But now I'm going to take my carpenter square here, my speed, or just measure out 1.5 inches going all the way around, and then I'm going to start drawing out the lines the same as I did the back. But yeah, alrighty guys, I got the lines drawn out, so all I have to do is just set that to the blade here, and to start cutting I recommend using a blade, a really thin blade. I don't even know what this is. I think it's like, looks like 1/16 of an inch. It's really thin. It's not like a normal like big circular saw. It's just something small. Like I said, take breaks, wear ear protection. You want to just set the depth of your blade just so it nicks the plexiglass, and make sure the 0 up here is lined up with this, and then make sure your blade is lined up on your line, and then continue your cut. Alright, now, I finished cutting out all the squares and stuff. I am running into the same problem I ran into with the other one, which is now in the trash. The blocks are becoming loose, but I'm seeing that most, but to all, are fastened down. I'm just going to go ahead and feel all these. I can always just go turn them behind, turn this board over, and screw in the screw that's whatever block is loose. Wouldn't count any of these edges, because you're not sure if these are loose or not until you actually cut them with the buzz saw. But I'm just gonna go in the middle, wiggle these around, have a feeling like these two are loose, and I'm just gonna go over and turn them and tighten them. But yeah, I'll catch you guys when I'm done with that. Okay guys, now I'm gonna take the saw here and I'm just gonna start with puncturing it in with the groove and then working my way out to the edge. Alright, I got a lot done here. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of the board. I was being very careful. I did end up nicking like a little bit here. I think I could sand that out, but it looks pretty good for the most part. When I am done, I'm gonna use this like drywall bit that comes with it. Let's see here. This wooden drywall. I'm just gonna run it through all the lines just to make sure all the openings and stuff is open enough, and then I think it'll be good. Okay guys, I'm done doing the saw here. Just finished sanding it down and sanding in between the cracks. I think it actually turned out pretty good. Some of the lines are a little twisted and curved. That's alright. It's first, second chessboard. I'll get better as it goes. I would recommend doing longer or shorter screws on the back and make sure that plexiglass is flush. If I do this again, I'm definitely going to get a whole sheet of plexi.
Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll have part 2 posted at the same time as part 1 comes out. I have this series in a 3-part section. Thank you guys for watching this part of the chess making series. Like, subscribe, follow, and leave a comment down below if you have any more questions. Without further said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.